Good morning, everyone. I, Sonali Prakash, on behalf of Seth Anandram JaipuriaSchool Vasundhara, extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this virtual session scheduled to answer to the most important question on how to guide our children in the right direction. Isn't it the most important thought that we parents have almost always? All the time we are wondering whether we are doing the right thing, the best thing for our children or not. But once I was reading an article and I came across these lines, which actually made me think, is that true? This is what we are actually doing. आप भी सुनिए और बताइए. The lines were, we spend the first years of a child's life in teaching him or her to walk, to talk, and the rest of the life to shut up and sit down. Yes or no? This actually needs a lot of thinking because most of the people will, when reflecting the actions, will say a yes. So I would just request parents to write in the chat box that kya ye sahi hai? So I'll see how many yes or no's we have. So we have a no also. Oh my God. So we don't instruct our children. Do this, do that. No, you will not say. That's very nice if you don't do that. So slowly we are getting, yes, we do that, but sometimes, yes. So ma'am, we are getting a number of yeses and a few no's also. So, actually हमने कभी ये सोचा है या नहीं कि we tend to see children not as they are, but what we expect them to be. So I think this is the thought that always we don't intentionally do it, but it's always there. The best way to give advice to children is to find out what they want and then advise them to do that. As said by J.C. Crosby, mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. A mentor empowers a person to see a possible future and believe it can be obtained. We, being parents in school, are entrusted with helping our children choose the right direction. We may not be able to prepare the future for them, but we can at least prepare our children for the future, as life is all about choices we make and how the direction of our life comes down to these choices that we have made. It's impossible for children and youth to find their way through the seas of life without the guiding light of a good example. Therefore, we are here with you to talk, discuss, as alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. To guide us in becoming the good example or the guiding star for our children, here we have with us our dignified Director Principal, Ms. Shalini Nambiar. I believe she needs no introduction. As she said, I'll not make it very formal. As each one of you know her, she has regularly been connecting with parents to create a healthy and positive bond, is daily seen by children and parents at the gate during arrival and dispersal. She has an unmatched energy and enthusiasm to take the school to greater heights and work towards the grooming of each and every student in the school. Welcome, ma'am. Along with her, we have the most efficient and experienced team with Miss Chetna Sehgal, the Vice Principal Senior Wing. Ma'am has come with a lot of experience. Miss Sonal Sukul, Vice Principal, Middle School. She has been a strong pillar in the organization and in bringing up the organization to this level. And Miss Indu Kohli, Vice Principal, Primary School. Ma'am has been here since inception and has played a very important role in the grooming of each and every child, joining right from the pre-primary wing. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, all of you. So now handing over the session to ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Sonali. I think इस session में बोल दिया, but next time I think I just like to be very informal because हम बच्चों को क्या सिखाना चाहते हैं? And the first question I want you to reflect, क्या आप अपने बच्चे hire करेंगे if you ran a company? Think about it. It's very important. मैंने पहले भी सुनाया, आई एम अ स्टोरी टेलर. जब जिराफ का बेबी होता है तो द फर्स्ट थिंग द जिराफ डज इज गिव इट अ स्ट्रॉन्ग किक. बहुत जोर की मारता है अपने बच्चे को. And when I came to know this, I was very shocked. And I asked जो ये एनिमल वाले जू में थे, मैंने कहा ऐसे क्यों करता है? तो कहता है कि वो कहता है कि मेरे बच्चे को उठना आना चाहिए. अगर मैंने ये किक नहीं मारा, बिकॉज द मदर हैज टू गो एंड सर्च फॉर फूड, और अगर वो फूड सर्च करने गया एंड द बेबी जिराफ कैन बी ईटन बाय अदर एनिमल्स, तो वो उसको सिखाता है कि तुम उठना सीखो अपने पैरों पे. और वो जैसे ही पैदा होता है वो पहले एक किक मारता है, जब वो नहीं खड़ा होता तो दूसरा किक मारता है. एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द एनिमल्स किड्स यू हैव सीन, we learn a lot from animals. They are self-reliant. They are totally I mean, it's beautiful to watch. एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट जो सोनाली ने बोला, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी. जब आपका बच्चा छोटा होता है, he comes home, सब कुछ बताता है आपको. मम्मा आज स्कूल में ये हुआ, मम्मा आज ये हुआ. जैसे जैसे बच्चा बड़ा होता जाता है, they stop telling you. क्या रीजन है? क्यों ऐसा होता है? क्या हम बदल जाते हैं या क्या हो जाता है? What happens is, जब बच्चा छोटा होता है वो आपके पास भाग के आता है, मम्मा आज स्कूल में ये हुआ, ये फ्रेंड से हुआ. आप बहुत हंसी खुशी उसकी चीजें एक्सेप्ट करते हैं. वाओ वेरी गुड, आज मेरे इतने मार्क्स आए, वाओ वेरी गुड. जैसे जैसे वो बड़ा, उसमें वो कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है बच्चे में कि आई कैन बी वेरी ओपन टू माई पेरेंट्स. वो जैसे बड़ा होता है, 8th में जाता है, 9th में जाता है, वो आके कहता है मम्मा आज मेरा ना टेस्ट अच्छा नहीं हुआ. आप एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं, आप उसको डांटते हैं, आप उसको रिजेक्ट करते हैं. एंड ग्रेजुअली व्हाट हैपेंस, जब बच्चा 18 का होता है वो आके बोलता है अच्छा मम्मा आई हैव अ गर्लफ्रेंड, आप और डांटते हैं. जो आप बचपन में उसकी बातें सुनते थे बहुत ओपनली एक्सेप्टेंस के साथ, वो जैसे बच्चा बड़ा होता है एज अ पेरेंट हम सुनते नहीं हैं, और फिर हम कहते हैं कि द चाइल्ड डजंट टेल मी एनीथिंग. क्योंकि जब बच्चा रिजेक्शन की आपके बॉडी से वाइब्स आती है तो वो धीरे धीरे आपको बताना बंद कर देता है. He doesn't tell you, and this happens. It is very, very important to have the channel of communication open, कि कल बच्चा तकलीफ में भी हो वो आपके पास आए. जब मैं स्कूल में थी, हमारे स्कूल में तो कभी काउंसलर नहीं होता था. अब स्कूल्स में काउंसलर्स मैंडेटरी है. क्यों? क्या पेरेंट सुन नहीं पाता बच्चा क्या कहना चाहता है? काउंसलर क्या करता है? काउंसलर के पास, एक स्ट्रेंजर के पास जाके बच्चा अपना प्रॉब्लम बताता है, एंड द काउंसलर इज अ स्ट्रेंजर. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस? काउंसलर इज नॉन जजमेंटल. वो उसकी बातें सुनता है, ध्यान से सुनता है, इंटरेस्ट से सुनता है. एंड पेरेंट डजंट हियर. सो व्हाट हैपेंस is what is required in today's world, that every parent needs to become a counselor. In fact, to be honest, I have been a teacher. I call myself a teacher even now. I think I'm a better counselor to my students than a counselor if I know my children well. Very, very important when you want to help your child go in the right direction. क्या आप उसकी बातें सुन रहे हैं? क्या आप नॉन जजमेंटल हैं? जब वो आ रहा है आप कंपेयर तो नहीं कर रहे हैं. पेरेंटिंग डजंट कम विद अ इंस्ट्रक्शन मैनुअल. कोई मैनुअल नहीं होता है. जब हम सब फर्स्ट टाइम पेरेंट बनते हैं, एंड देयर इज नो पेरेंटिंग गोल्डन रूल. इट्स ऑल अबाउट हाउ ओपन यू आर विद योर चिल्ड्रन. आई टोल्ड यू लास्ट टाइम, आजकल एक नया है, आई एम माई चाइल्ड्स बेस्ट फ्रेंड. कोई फ्रेंड नहीं हो सकता पेरेंट. पेरेंट कैन नेवर बी अ चाइल्ड्स फ्रेंड. When I fell in love, I didn't tell my parents. कुछ भी हो जाए, कितना भी open relation है, there are certain things a child will not tell the parents, and you should be aware of that. You cannot be your child's friend. एक बहुत fine line है between parenting and being a friend. Setting rules is very important. अगर बच्चा, I mean, there is one of the student, कुछ लिखा था उन्होंने, because I am lots on social media. I was shocked. जब मैंने टीचर से पूछा तो उन्होंने कहा कि पेरेंट, द चाइल्ड हैज पास्ड आउट ऑफ कोर्स, पेरेंट की वो सुनता ही नहीं था. एक आपने वीडियो देखा होगा, एक ओल्ड कपल, वो कह रहे हैं हमारे बेटे ने बहुत पीट दिया और हमें घर से निकाल दिया। हम सबको ब्लेम करते हैं except ourselves. Somewhere we went wrong in raising our children. Did we not teach them the values? After grade 4, are we only, आपकी communication आपके बच्चे के साथ यही है कि होमवर्क क्या है? आप क्यों शॉर्ट साइटेड, उसको आपकी विजन शॉर्ट साइटेड क्यों? अगर वो कल टॉपर हो गया ग्रेड 10th और 12th में, आपकी क्या वही विजन है? इज योर विजन दैट कि वो 40 की एज में व्हेन ही फेसेस फेलियर, is he or she able to handle that? We have to prepare our children for that. हम बच्चों को सब कुछ देते हैं, बेस्ट ट्यूशन लगा देते हैं. What are we teaching them? That you can't do anything yourself. I am there. कल आपको कुछ हो गया, is the child able to take care? Are you preparing him for that? बच्चों की शादियां होती हैं. They meet different kind of in-laws. Some girls have a problem with the in-laws. Some girls commit suicide. Some are very strong. What is the difference? The parents prepared them that everything is not a cakewalk. कहीं ना कहीं तो आपको failure भी मिलेगा. It is very, very important. The first rule of good parenting is a parent should be healthy himself. क्योंकि आपका mentally आप काम नहीं है, आप स्माइलिंग नहीं है, आपकी पॉजिटिव एनर्जी नहीं है, तो आप नेगेटिव एनर्जी ही देंगे बच्चे को. आप एयरक्राफ्ट में भी जाते हैं तब भी एयर होस्टेस बोलती है, अगर इफ देयर इज अ एयर बबल और एयर गैप, आपके ऊपर से ये मास्क गिरेगा, प्लीज पुट इट फर्स्ट ऑन योरसेल्फ, देन पुट इट ऑन अदर्स. आप अपने बच्चे को तभी सेव कर पाएंगे इफ यू टेक केयर ऑफ योर ओन सेल्फ. You don't do physical exercise, you can't tell your child to do it. You are not honest, आपका बच्चा कभी honest. Children के लिए the parents are their idols. They follow them knowingly or unknowingly. कल की बात है, my daughter is 35, she's married. My son is 33. And मेरा बेटा मुझे बोलता कि I think, you know, Tanya, that's my daughter, is becoming like Papa. She's actually Papa's, she's becoming so antisocial. You know, कि कहीं जाना नहीं चाहती है. Now, one is that, what did I do? I just listened to him. I didn't want to be judgmental and tell him, no, argue. No, meri beti hai. How can you say anything like that? No. Everybody has a right to share their emotions. As a parent, don't judge your child. If a child comes to you and says, ekdam se mat bhagiye, अगर आप, और एक और चीज है, the best way of making a healthy child is a very good relationship between the school and the parent, teacher and the parent. अगर आप दोनों, और सब human beings हैं, हम भी human beings हैं, we are capable of making mistakes, we are not God. I can leave one copy unchecked, I may forget to revise, I'm taking care of 100 kids, and I go back home, I don't have time for my own children, but I check children's copies because that's my job. एक दिन के लिए एक मूवी आई थी अनिल कपूर की, एक दिन के लिए प्राइम मिनिस्टर. मैं आपको चैलेंज करती हूँ, एक दिन के लिए आप टीचर बन के देखिए. You will understand the pain of a teacher. Respect that teacher. पेरेंट्स कई बारी इतने गंदी लैंग्वेज यूज करते हैं. I mean, मैं देखिए बहुत अमेरिकन स्कूल, ऑस्ट्रेलिया पढ़ा के आई हूँ, फिनलैंड पढ़ाया है. मैं एकदम से शॉक्ड हो जाती हूँ कि यू नो हम क्या बच्चों को सिखा रहे हैं. आप और मैं बच्चों को क्या सिखा रहे हैं? We have to be very, very careful. So before I want to share a screen, I've just created a little PPT that will help us to understand, help guide your children in the right direction. You know, मैं बहुत बार सुनाती हूँ, मैं हर बार सुनाती हूँ बटरफ्लाई की स्टोरी, and it's very important as a parent. जब बटरफ्लाई यू नो पैदा होने वाली होती है, इट्स इन अ कोकून, छोटा सा होता है कोकून के अंदर. So a traveler was going by and he saw this cocoon struggling inside, wanting to come out. उसने कहा मैं कैंची लेके काट देता हूँ, बेचारा इतना स्ट्रगल कर रहा है. उसने कैंची ली और बटरफ्लाई का वो कोकून काट दिया, जिससे कि वो, उसने सोचा कि अब वो आसानी से बाहर आ जाएगी and she will fly. But हुआ उसका उल्टा ही. The cocoon, when they came out, because उसका जब वो काट दिया उन्होंने cocoon, तो जब वो बटरफ्लाई बाहर आई, वो ना उड़ पाई, ना वो स्ट्रेंथ थी, बिकॉज जो वो स्ट्रगल करती है जब वो बाहर निकलती है, उससे उसमें एक फ्लूइड होता है जो उसके विंग्स में जाता है, जिससे उसमें स्ट्रेंथ आती है टू फ्लाई। और बच्चों के साथ हम एग्जैक्टली ये करते हैं, होमवर्क भी कर देते हैं। 30 साल से मैं टीचर हूं, मुझे आज तक कई बार समझ नहीं आया कि मैं पेरेंट का काम चेक कर रही हूँ कि बच्चे का कर रही हूँ। आप चाहते क्या है हमसे? Make your child, let him struggle. It's very important. Coming first is not the aim of life. हम नहीं आ सकते हर चीज में हर जगह फर्स्ट। इतना प्रेशर आप डालते हैं, आपसे ज्यादा मेरे को आपके बच्चे के बारे में पता है, and I feel sad. It's very, very important that we focus. खलील गिब्रान है, बहुत कंट्रोवर्शियल पर्सन है, पर उनकी एक जो उनकी पोम थी बहुत अच्छी लिखी है। ये जो बच्चे आपके, ये आपके नहीं है, they are sons and daughters of you. They come through you. कभी भी उनको अपनी थॉट्स मत दीजिए, because you could not dance, so my child should be a dancer, because I could not top, so my child should be a topper, because I could not do an MBA, so my child should do MBA. Don't give them that. They are the future. You give them the roots, let them have their own wings to fly. आपको पता ही नहीं है, आपको और मेरे को, कि after 15 years किस तरह के jobs होंगे. So what are we preparing them for? We don't know. So what we need to give is the strength, ability to deal with failures, ability to deal with the world, which is so cruel. Give him that strength, that strong things, which is why, आप भी कभी बच्चे थे, आपके भी parents के dreams थे. If I was to ask you that, have you been able to fulfill your parents' dreams, not yours, parents' dreams? I did this with around 5,000 parents, and most of them, more than 60% parents wrote no. Because parents' ki dreams, they force it on the child, कि आपको यही करना है, आप तो यही बनोगे. बच्चे की identity, that is why I asked you this question. Would you hire, some of you are CEOs of company, आप किसी company में काम करते हैं, क्या आप अपने बेटे और बेटी को hire करेंगे? Think about it. क्या आप उसको वो skills दे रहे हैं जो आप एक employee में चाहते हैं जब आप work करते हैं? There are no guarantees. Parenting ये नहीं है कि guarantee है, मैंने अच्छा parenting style करा तो मेरा बच्चा बहुत successful होएगा. The best of parents can produce the most difficult of kids, and the worst of parents can produce the most responsible kids. Becoming a better parent only increases chances of producing responsible children. Parenting is all about giving them that, वो कहते हैं ना, उनको एक strength दीजिए, उनको एक capability दीजिए अपने आप करने की. I'll tell you a little story, not story, but it's a fact. जब मेरी बेटी 5 साल की थी, my friend had come from US and she was staying with me. तो मेरी बेटी washroom गई, मैंने कहा wait Tanya, come, mama is coming. मैंने उसकी जाके potty धोई, उसकी pant ऊपर करी. My friend was just watching. वो बाहर निकली, no, wash your hands. Did you brush your teeth? इतने questions पूछे मैंने बेटी को. That friend of mine said, are you crazy? उसको कैसे याद रहेगा? How will she learn to remember things when she goes to school if she can't even remember to pull her pants up because you as a parent are doing everything for her? And that is what happens when they come to school. They are not able. हम बच्चे को homework करने के लिए दे देते हैं as a school also. But what is more important is self-study. आपने देखा होगा मलिक एडिया आपके school का, the national level, when I did his interview. It's not only the school's effort, it's good parenting which helps children to reach their goal. And he said one thing. He said, I love my mother. आप देखिएगा गुफ्तगू उसमें है Facebook में, I love my mother. She supported me at all times. And मैंने कहा आपकी interest कैसे हुआ astrophysics में? School में हुआ, teacher ने करा, कौन? कहता my mother bought me encyclopedias and I went through it और मेरा interest develop हुआ astronomy में. And he said, I started doing self-study at a very young age because उनके parents ने उनको बोला बेटा homework तो हो जाएगा, आधा घंटा आप अपने आप बैठ के पढ़ो. उस समय हो सकता है वो story book पढ़ रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, but give him that space. हम बच्चों को ब्रीथ करने नहीं देते हैं। आप अगर देखेंगे in the last 20 years, the number of suicide amongst children have increased. The number of drug addicts amongst children have increased. क्योंकि बच्चा जब वही मैंने जो शुरू में बताया, when he's small, he comes to you, Mama, I did this. You say, wow, beta. When he becomes 18, he comes and tells you, Mama, today I had a drink. You don't accept it. How you have to react? Beta, because you have to make him feel कि आप गलत नहीं हो, आपका एक्शन गलत है. You are not wrong. अच्छा आपने ये करा, कौन था आपके साथ? सारे फ्रेंड्स कर रहे थे. Okay, बेटे. But it's all right, your friends were doing, but this is not good for you. You have to make him realize that he is a good person, but उसका action गलत है. Most of the time we confuse that. हम उसको बोलते हैं you are stupid. वो stupid सोच के वो सोचता है, वो जिंदगी भर यही सोचता है कि I am a failure. I have not been able to do anything in my life. There are a lot of kids I meet. आप मानिए, मैं आपको एक incident बताती हूँ. Around 7 years back, we gave an ad. We were running an IB school. We gave an ad. 60% applications which we got, because we were paying a very huge pay package, were ex-IIT alumni. क्योंकि jobs ही नहीं engineers के लिए. They were ready to become a teacher. तो अगर उस पेरेंट्स के प्रेशर से वो इंजीनियर बन गया, उसके बाद वो बेचारा क्या टीचर बनेगा? फ्रस्ट्रेशन. What exactly you want from your child, you have to ask yourself. Let's just go back to the screen, because it's very important that we understand. 1 minute, please. Childhood is approximately, हमारा 20% जिंदगी का बचपन में गुजरता है. But parents के लिए ना वो बच्चा कभी उसको बढ़ने ही नहीं देते. वो at the age of 30 भी वो बच्चा ही रहता है. He remains a child. By the time your child is in, junior high, they should be taking all decisions on their own. Very few overcome the patterns. हम क्या चाहते हैं? हम बच्चों को क्या grown up बच्चे बना रहे हैं या adults बना रहे हैं? What do we exactly want? We need to give them that space. I'm not saying leave your child. I'm saying set a timeline, direct him, guide him. एक और आपको स्टोरी सुनाते हैं. मैंने पहले भी बताई थी, but I think stories are very important. There was a retired teacher और एक अमेरिका से एक technology expert आया. They both had houses एक दूसरे के side by side. जो USA से आया था लड़का, उसने गार्डन बनाया, बहुत अच्छी क्रॉप्स डाली, बेस्ट वाटर वो लेकर आया. जो रिटायर्ड टीचर था या रिटायर्ड आदमी था, उसने भी अपने पौधों को पानी दिया, but not too much, just enough. He didn't give good manure, just enough. But this guy, imported the manure from outside and gave the best manure to his trees. And his garden was definitely more beautiful than the retired person's garden. एक दिन रात को बारिश आ गई. It rained very heavily. There was a thunderstorm. In the morning, both of them came out to see their garden. जो टेकी था, जिसने वो बाहर से manure मंगाया, best वो दिया, उसका garden was totally destroyed, while the retired guy's garden was standing. So he asked him, how's your garden standing? He said, I just gave them enough to stand. So the plant, की जो roots थी, they went deeper down to find their food. While because you gave everything, तो उनकी roots weak ही रह गई. And this is what we do to children. We do their homework. If they come and complain, we immediately go and, shoot a huge mail to the teacher. We don't let the child, if your child doesn't understand, give him the confidence to go and ask a teacher, ma'am, I haven't understood. That is teaching him communication skills. My teachers are here. My message is to them also. I'm trying very hard to change the mindset of everybody. Because schools have to be, जो पुराने जमाने में होते थे महाभारत के टाइम, that is education. जहाँ पे periods नहीं होते थे English, Hindi, Math, वहाँ वो सब कुछ सिखाते थे. A holistic school where values were given more importance. That is what is education. What is when you give a when you set guidelines, set limits, किस तरह का बच्चा निकलता है? Respectful. Don't tell your child. देखो मैंने कई बारी देखा है, go to somebody's house, उनके छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, चलो 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 आंटी को नमस्ते करो. The child doesn't want to say. आप उसको, you know what you are teaching him? You're teaching him not to show his emotions. आप उसको ये दिखा रहे हैं, Rachna, can you put your video off? The movement is disturbing me, Rachna Patnaik. Just put your video off, because that movement behind is disturbing me. What is very important is ki don't let your child, don't do everything for your child. Give him that space. Ask him questions. Ask him his pain points. Quality time. Quality time का मतलब ये नहीं कि आप नौकरी छोड़ के बैठ गए, wow, I've sacrificed my life. No. Quality time is sitting for 1 hour with your child and giving him complete attention, looking into your child's eyes and talking to your child. Just like when you did when you fell in love. Quality time nahi hota hai. A lot of mothers I see leave their jobs. For what? I think my children came out very well. I was working. मैंने अपने छोटे, my son was in KG, my daughter was in grade 1. हमने कहा था, I couldn't afford a maid. खाना बना के I used to leave it. I used to tell my children कि microwave में आप on करके आप गरम कर लेना. I taught them responsibility. I didn't tell them fear. हो सकता है short circuit हो सकता है, आग लग सकती है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. But then we also don't know. I don't even know next minute मैं ही जिंदा हूँ कि नहीं. Why we develop fear in the child's mind? हम छोटे बच्चे को 1500 टाइम बोलते हैं नो नो नो. आप चेंज करिए, उसको बोलिए yes you can do it. Yes, I believe in you. I am confident of you. As a parent, tell that. Children are forced to take up math because the father wanted or the mother wanted. Because उसका cousin math कर रहा है, तो आप भी math लेंगे. क्या बकवास कर रही हैं आपकी टीचर? मुझे पता है. I am your father. I know your child better. और वो मैथ में स्ट्रगल कर रहा है, वो फेल हो रहा है, उसका सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस नीचे जा रहा है. बट नहीं, डिसीजन बच्चा नहीं लेगा. ठीक है, फिर आप ही डिसाइड करिए वो शादी भी किससे करेगा, वो बच्चा भी कब करेगा. व्हेन विल ही गो फॉर अ हॉलिडे, डिसाइड एवरीथिंग. यू आर अ पेरेंट, राइट? यू आर सफोकेटिंग योर चाइल्ड. और एक समय ऐसे आएगा कि चाइल्ड विल नॉट कम एंड विजिट यू. देन व्हाट विल यू डू? Because he wants his freedom, he wants his space. Even we wanted our freedom. We wanted our space when we were young. Why do we forget our own times when we were children? So give them that space. Chota bacha ghar aata hai, mama today I didn't understand math. Chalo tuition laga dete hain. Kyun? आप उसको, आपको इतना कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है कि बच्चा टीचर से जाके पूछ ले. सेकंड थिंग, उसको आप बोलिए अच्छा बेटा, आई नो यू कैन डू इट, ट्राई एंड सॉल्व, सिट डाउन, मैं बैठती हूँ आपके साथ 15. दैट इज क्वालिटी टाइम. लेट्स डू इट टुगेदर. आई हैव टोल्ड माय टीचर्स, प्लीज डू नॉट अलाउ चिल्ड्रन टू कॉपी फ्रॉम द बोर्ड. अगर सारे बच्चे लिख रहे हैं, और लॉट ऑफ पेरेंट्स ऑब्जेक्ट, क्योंकि आप समझ नहीं पा रहे. अगर बच्चा, हर बच्चा लिख रहा है इन द ईटी दैट you know this one, or PT, or जो भी होते हैं exams. Why is camel called the sheep of the desert? He is called the sheep of the desert because he lives in the desert. Well, where is creativity? Today's world is all about creativity. When you're also working, a lot of you, when you go for a job, when you go for an interview, the interviewer says, "Acha, aap kya out of the box karoge?" If you have taught your child to rote learn from the copy and go and give in the exam, then I think either I'm in the wrong school or you're in the wrong school. I'm here to develop your child's creativity. आप देखिए 30 years में इंडिया में कोई innovation नहीं हुआ है, कोई scientist नहीं आया. क्यों नहीं आया है? Somewhere we need to think of our education system. हम marks के पीछे भाग रहे हैं. 100 आ गए, wow, happy. Newspaper में फोटो छप गई, wow. और बच्चे का जो हाल हुआ है, सेल्फ एस्टीम उसकी इतनी लो हुई है. और जिस बच्चे का 50% आया है, वो क्या सुसाइड कर ले? क्या वो डफर है? I got 55% in grade 10th. I am a director of a school. Am I a duffer? No, I'm not. Because I also developed all the skills. It's very important. Give your child may be capable of getting 100. Talk to your child, but don't force a child who's, sometimes a kid comes back, I don't understand math. We have a right brain and a left brain, logical thinking. Kai bachon mein nahi hota hai. And it's all right. But don't compare your child with the neighbor. I'd shown you the video. I don't know how many parents had come last time. जो मिरिंडा ने एक ad करा था, they asked the children to write a letter to their parents. Have you all seen it? You can give me a thumbs up. If you have not seen, I would love to show you that video. Seen it? Yes? No? Like school kids? No? No. So I can show the video, Himanshu? Himanshu?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I show the video?
Sure, ma'am.
Video. Just give me a minute, please. If you have any questions in the meantime, please, you can put in the chat.
Any questions? You can put your questions in the chat box.
I want them to see this video. 1 minute. I've got the video. Just let me open it. Okay. Sorry, I'll just now. Himanshu, just guide me, please. I go on the share screen. I go option for video clip. Himanshu, please speak.
Yes, ma'am. There are two options.
Both of them I click.
Yeah,
now I click
optimize
on
video clip option, then share.
And now click the video. Right?
Right.
Can you all see it?
Yes, fully.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm very shy, and it has taken a lot of courage to write this letter. So please listen to me.
Exams are near, and I'm scared. But not from the exam pressure, but from the pressure from you.
I know I did not do well last time, but believe me, I'm working really hard this time.
You only talk about competition and marks. I feel like I don't have a life anymore.
I have a limited capacity, I can't study continuously for 10 hours in one go.
Sometimes मैं आप दोनों से इतना डर जाती हूँ that I find myself in tears.
I feel very suffocated and I just want to get away from it all.
I don't understand why you don't let me meet my friends. I feel trapped.
I know you really care about my studies and get angry at me for not studying. But do you know, I really try hard.
I get tired after studying.
I want to watch football on TV.
But nee TV connection hai cut panta.
Please don't come to check on me inside my room after every half an hour. It really bugs me and breaks my concentration.
You've become a stranger to me. I get a rumbling feeling in my tummy, like I'm going to faint.
Baba, even when you're with me, it's like आप मेरे साथ नहीं हो. आप अभी भी अपने ऑफिस के बारे में सोच रहे हो.
You look so stressed during my exams that it makes me nervous.
आप सबके सामने प्लीज मुझे निशी आंटी की बेटी के साथ कंपेयर मत करो.
Appa, why can't we be a normal house?
You always scream and scold me. I haven't slept for nights after getting yelled at by you.
Sometimes it's so frustrating that I feel like locking myself in the bathroom and not talking to anyone.
I know you two really love me and are really concerned about me.
But still sometimes, just let me be.
मेरा दम घुटता है. I feel like please don't demotivate me. I get it from school and from my classes and then from you.
And I'm thankful and privileged to be your daughter. But please try to understand me. Thank you, man. Your little baby.
One day, I'll make both of you proud. please help me. Love you, Ma. Love you, Pa.
Yours, Tina.
I hope you saw it. This was an exercise. Sorry. Just let me close this. This was an exercise done by Mirinda because sometimes we don't realize, especially amongst teenager kids, there's a lot of depression. I've been doing a lot of session with the teachers because it's very important to understand a child. मैं इस प्रोफेशन में इसीलिए घुसी थी because मेरे को बच्चों से बहुत लगाव है. I really want to change the way we treat children. I may not have been able to do it with my own kids क्योंकि कई बारी आप दूसरों को एडवाइस दे सकते हैं, अपने आप नहीं कर सकते. It happens because my children may be, it happens. It's always, they say होंगे आप स्कूल में डायरेक्टर, यहाँ तो आप मम्मी है ना. But what is very important is I've given them that strength. I gave my daughter that strength to handle, and I'm not ashamed. She's a singer. At the age of 19, she was performing somewhere, and they were a group of politicians, kids. They tried to do something. She had the guts to go to the police station and lodge an FIR, and she was not scared. I was scared. I wanted to give her what is a real world. You can't keep your daughters locked up. You have to make them strong. You can't keep your sons locked up. You have to make them strong. But जब वो गलत रास्ते में जाते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं वो parents की गलती होती है. Because parents are not open. वही छोटे में हम सुनते हैं, बड़े में हम उनके challenges नहीं सुनते, what they go through. और तभी अब counselors have become very important. Honestly, we don't need a counselor. Parent is the best counselor. छोटे बच्चे, they are so excited. Teach your child time management. Teach your child to, that you will. अच्छा, जब स्कूल में बच्चा आता है, there are different kind of teachers. क्या सीखता है? One very important thing. Some teachers are very firm. Some teachers are very friendly. Some teachers hug. हर teacher different है. I cannot tell all the teachers नहीं सब robot की तरह करेंगे. तो उसमें बच्चा क्या सीखता है? He learns to experience different people and handle them. And when he becomes 30, most of the people, adults, land in substitution because हम bosses handle नहीं करना चाहते. Some bosses are so, this thing, they want to make your life so miserable, we haven't been taught. Financial management हमें सिखाया ही नहीं है. Teach your child what is saving. Teach your child when you are filling up a mutual investment, make your child sit. If he's 10, 11, do you know what this is? That is education. Parenting is not doing the homework. Don't do that. वो स्कूल पे छोड़ दीजिए और बच्चे पे छोड़ दीजिए. एक साल वो नीचे जाएगा, जब उसके अंदर से आएगा ना कि I'm going to do very well in life, he will do very well in life. Have a look at all the Olympian medal holders of India. सारे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के बच्चे हैं, क्योंकि वहां पे तो पेरेंट्स बॉदर ही नहीं करते. I mean, my mother didn't come to my school to complain कि homework नहीं हुआ या she didn't even know my teachers' names. वापस आते थे, एक क्वेश्चन था, होमवर्क कर लिया तुम्हारा, नहीं तो वो तुम्हें ही डांट पड़ेगी. And we had to handle our teachers ourselves. Things have changed. I'm not saying because there's a lot of safety security has become a problem. Teachers also have changed. हमारे ज़माने में teachers had a, they were different. It's all because the world is changing. But the one thing which is very important is teach your kids to be self-reliant, self-confident, able to communicate, able to express emotions, which is very important. I was taking a session with my teachers today in the morning, and I told them one thing. जब हम last days of our lives, जब हम ventilator के साथ पड़े होंगे, तो money, position, ये सब कुछ matter नहीं करता. The only thing is matter is what difference did you make and who did you help? Teach your child that. When your child comes back from school, have you ever asked him, आज किसी की help करी बेटे? Who did you help today? Did you help your classmate? Change your thinking. Let's create successful children. Success is not money. Success is not position. Success is not power. Success is if I'm very happy and I'm doing it to the best of my capability, what I'm capable of. Every child cannot be a mathematician. Every child cannot be a scientist. Some are singers, some are dancers. Let's encourage the children. See, we started with the morning sports. We are starting with Cambridge now for grade 1 to 5. The intent is कि हम वो international curriculum थोड़ा ले आएं, which will help us in training our teachers, CBSE teachers also. It will make a difference. We're just creating one section at the moment, of course, till grade 5 only. But the most important is, मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ international में सब सही है, वहाँ भी बहुत गड़बड़ होता है. We have to take the best of both worlds. So I wish you, I don't think so I'll take long, मैं तो बोल सकती हूँ बहुत. एक स्वामी विवेकानंद ने बोला था बहुत अच्छा. Often children are lavishly praised for their achievements, and same children are blamed and scolded when they fail to fulfill parents' expectations, for they set high standard wearing adult gloves. And a lot of parents do it. I would request you to just sit straight, just close your eyes, and just think, am I pushing my child? Just think, am I pushing my child? Just take a deep breath, in, out, relax, open your eyes softly. Don't push your child. Pull, give him a hand to help. Push nahi kar. When I was a new parent, हम भी थोड़े पागल थे. I took my daughter for dance, ये वो दुनिया भर का. वो बेचारी 3 years old, she doesn't even know. Because I wanted to be a singer, I wanted to be a dancer. तो बेटी को लगा दिया. बेटे को I used to take him to teach cricket. None of those qualities they have now. I mean, singer बन गई है वो, but dancer तो नहीं. What is important is, by the time they were in grade, I'm being honest with you, after grade 4, I neither taught them nor did their homework. I said, no, you do on your own. आपका time है 3 to 5. आप बैठ के अपने आप करो. नहीं होएगा, टीचर मारेंगे आपको, टीचर डांटेंगे. It's your life. And that really helped them to become strong. Don't do it for them. Help them, guide them. It's okay. भाग नहीं जाएंगे बच्चे कहीं. Parenting is so important. जब हम उनकी हेल्प करते हैं, क्या सिखा रहे हैं हम पेरेंट को कि तुम्हारे कम मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, तुम डम्ब हो, मैं इंटेलिजेंट हूं, मैं तुम्हें सिखाऊंगा. The child starts getting lower self-esteem. And when they have a low self-esteem, they can't do well in life. All of us know that. So do me one favor today when you close this session. Just make a nice card for your child and just write, I love you the way you are. And you are brilliant. I know you will rule the world. आप मेरे favorite हो और आप बहुत अच्छा करोगे जिंदगी में. आप ये कार्ड honestly बना के उसकी टेबल पे, बेड पे छोड़ दीजिए. I'm telling you, you see the change in your child. It's a promise. Thank you so much. I know I can go on for 4 hours, 6 hours. मेरे को बहुत मजा आता है, मुझे अच्छा लगता है बोलना. I mean, I like helping people.
Ma'am, it's always a pleasure to listen to you. And we are receiving these kind of messages in the chat box also, that parents are saying we can go on and on hearing you. Thank you so much for such an insightful session.
We'll do more sessions. In fact, I've been telling Sonali, we don't have to make it so formal. What I will start doing, because I think by now, I know you and you know me. मुझे ये नहीं पसंद हम इतनी मेल भेजे, हम एडू लक्ष्य में भेजे. हम बस भेज देंगे. मैं आपको छोटा सा मैसेज भेजूंगी. I'm having a session. If you're free to join it, if you're not free, so it's okay. But I think I want to do it every month. Sonali, last time भी बोला था, अब आप भूलेंगी तो अब मैं क्या करूं?
नहीं ma'am, बिल्कुल, we'll have it every month.
And wish you all the best, everybody. Children are wonderful. Children are wonderful. मतलब इतने अच्छे होते हैं बच्चे. I mean, I can't even tell you. जो हम एक मैं आपको एक और, if I can just tell one incident, तो जो मैं previous organization में थी, तो हमने जैसे यहाँ पे हमने school adopt करा है, you know, we have adopted a school. I want parent volunteers, please just give your names and help us. तो हमने वहाँ adopt करा था, तो वहाँ एक बच्चा आता था, he was a very good dancer. उससे हमने पूछा कि what do you want to be? He said शाहरुख खान. And I, okay, हमारी डांस टीचर ने उसको रोज प्रैक्टिस कराया. And today in Mumbai, he is performing. तो वो हर बच्चे में टैलेंट होता है. और क्यों गांव का बच्चे में इतना जोश होता है झुग्गी झोपड़ी के कि मुझे करना है, क्योंकि they don't get everything.
True, very true, ma'am. So just to sum it,
Thank you.
just to sum it all up, like ma'am has said, don't handicap your children, making their lives easy. So we are handicapping them, you know, make them we give them everything that they want, so that, you know, they don't have that pressure that we as parents have. But some amount of responsibility has to be there on their shoulders.
So what I
children-
do, Sonali, I'm
Yes,
going to share the link with the parents, which I showed the kids. One parent has asked. मैं link share कर दूंगी, आप देख लीजिएगा please उसको. I will just share the link. You can continue. Let me just.
So
find it.
children must be taught how to think and not what to think, basically. So the most beautiful sight in the world is a little child going confidently down the road of life after you have shown him the way. So restore balance. Most children have, as ma'am said, they are really blessed that children have technology, school, extracurricular activities covered. So it's time to add a pinch of adventure, a sprinkle of sunshine, and a handful of outdoor play to them to make them bloom into a beautiful flower. So before I wind up the session, I would just like to ask a few questions. Ma'am, there are a few questions in the chat box.
Yeah, we can answer. So I put the link of the video. Please see it. I've been shown to all my children from I put it to 12th, 11, 10, पहले 6 को भी दिखाया था, मैं फिर से दिखाऊंगी. I think 8 upwards दिखाया था. It's a very beautiful video and it's a very emotional message for kids, because अगर हम parents को सिखा रहे हैं तो हमें बच्चों को भी सिखाना वो हमारा कर्तव्य है कि the main thing is children should know how to respect their parents. वो respect
Right.
हो रही है. Yeah, Sonali, please go
So,
on.
Prachi ji has asked a question that sometimes the child himself starts thinking that I am slow, lagging behind compared to the other children of the class. So, how can we help the child?
I think in that case, please do talk to the teacher that, you know, unknowingly भी वो mention ना कर दे कि आप slow हैं, क्योंकि जब बच्चे इस mood में होते हैं, sometimes teachers don't realize. It's a fact, because मैं बता रही हूँ ना, वो 100 बच्चे देखते हैं and they are tired. So what happens is talk to the teacher and also build your child's confidence by telling him that you may be slow in writing, but you're fast in that. You're good in that. तो उनकी अगर goodness पे emphasize करेंगे and you tell him that everybody can improve if you practice, तो वो confident feel करेगा that you don't become judgmental about him, but give him that confidence कि आप कर सकते हो. You know, आप slow, वो कोई बात नहीं. Like I'll give you one incident. So my son, I mean, he has a very horrible handwriting. तो जब वो स्कूल में था, homework जब लाता था, we had to call up his friends to understand homework क्या है, because he himself couldn't read what he had written. But it was okay. It became fun. I said, अच्छा फिर से कहते चलो friends से बात करने का मौका मिल रहा है मम्मा. I said ठीक है, but आप 10th में जब करोगे, nobody will be able to read. He said नहीं, वो हो जाएगा, तब तक मैं कर लूंगा. I said, you are sure? He said, yeah. So I trusted him. And he did get 90% or whatever. But you have to trust your child. उसको आप एक हम क्या करते हैं, उसको कमी बना देते हैं as a parent unknowingly. You know, like हम चाहते हैं वो IIM अहमदाबाद में हो, बेचारे का नहीं हुआ, तो हमारे actually that's what that video said. We are more stressed than the child. I took my son for a movie in his grade 12th exam, one day before the exam. All people told me, are you mad? I said, वो कितना पढ़ लेगा? He needs a break. You were to do your office work 8 बजे से लेके 12 बजे तक रात कर, आप कर पाएंगे? नहीं कर पाएंगे. In fact, quality studying is more important. बच्चा अगर 1 घंटा, अच्छा चलिए आप 1 hour पढ़ लीजिए. You know, it is important. अभी देखिए ना महिमा जी, वो छोटा सा बच्चा है, he can't sit वो नहीं बैठ पाएगा, वो छोटा, he's inquisitive, curious. Yeah, thanks, Sonali. I hope I've been able to answer.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. So
Yeah.
before we wind up the session, I would like to thank ma'am for her motivation and guidance always. All the support and guidance that we receive from the leadership team with their experience and expertise. And the backend IT team for all their help and support in organizing such sessions to connect with all of you. And last but not the least, all the participants, all the parents who have been regularly taking out time and joining us for sessions like these. Because as I said before, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. So let's always be together because we all have the same motive of giving our best grooming to our children. Thank you so much. Have a great day and stay safe.